Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Lighting and energy company Phosphorus has announced the appointment of Dr. Marlene Street Forest to its board of directors effective January 9, 2026. Dr. Street Forest recently retired from the Jamaica Stock Exchange as its longest-serving managing director. The Phosphorus board warmly welcomes Dr. Street Forest and is confident that her extensive experience, leadership, and professional expertise will significantly contribute to the board's effectiveness and support the company's strategic direction and long-term growth objectives. 2 weeks after her retirement from the JSC, Dr. Street Forest announced the launch of Street Forest Business Consultancy Limited, which is uniquely positioned to help companies list on the equities market, help markets evolve, and help policymakers design the next generation of capital markets, products, and services. As we continue in our series with Forbes magazine Top Futures, Dr. Claire Nelson, she shares tech ideas for dealing with climate change. One of the things we want to just look at is Starlink was the immediate winner in the communications space during the Category 5 hurricane that we just experienced. So we want to really dig and find out what other tech ideas should Jamaicans embrace in this new climate reality. Doc, what do you say?
Wow, that's a big one. I mean, there's so many things that are happening in this sector. So let's look at the climate weather itself. We really could look at maybe having more prediction and have some apps that do a better job of predicting, such that it's passed down to farmers, for example, and then technologies that support the farmers in protecting more of their crop, if they can, for example. Depends, obviously, if it's an animal or plant, but I think there's some work could be done. They're using technology to better equip the farmer to prepare before they get the big hits. So that crops, for example, that near reaping can be reaped and stored and not just be left to waste in the field. So that's one, so it's climate finance. Obviously, for me as a space junkie, I am very hopeful that one of these days we'll have our own satellite and creating our own, but not necessarily for communication, but for things like precision agriculture and for monitoring the sea, which actually does get damaged as well in a hurricane. And we want to have that data gathering capability to prepare perhaps different kind of investment vehicles that can support the coastal zone and nature-based resilience things that need to take place. So there's another technology. How do we use technology to support the increase of the blue carbon bonds on these new instruments we're talking about? And indeed, increase our layman's understanding of these things. So technology also should be used to educate the consumer. Okay. I think on a third front, let's talk about technology such as solar technology. We know there was some damage, but we know that we need to look more at a microgrid approach. I mean, in a small island like this, which we know what's coming, we need to have many more microgrids around the island as opposed to big systems. So everything doesn't get taken out and we're not offline for as long as we have been, because we need to get back fast. We need battery technology. So the data servers that support the banks, for example, can be back up faster because we have the battery servers that are not in weather-prone areas. Maybe they're underground or somewhere, so we can be better prepared to come back online with basic things like how you get money, right?
Right.
So those are some technology things just off the top of my head. Water systems, right, that also can get cut down by a hurricane. How do we prepare technology to bring those things back on stream? So the whole issue is of time to recovery, technology for time to recovery, and also technology for better preparation.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you.
For the trading period of January 28, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Dollar Financial Services Limited with 9,893,762 units, or 15.45% of market sales activities. Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 9,846,401 units, or 15.38% of market sales activities. Radio Jamaica Limited with 6,687,256 units, representing 10.44% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in finance, transportation, and media plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for January 28, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $157.62 and buying at $155.85. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $2.18 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $116.09 and was bought for $113.91. The British pound continued volatility, offering short-term trading gain opportunities of $2.55 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $216.02 and was bought for $213.47. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for business managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, a credit report is a practical tool for climate change preparation because it determines how quickly and affordably you can invest in protection before impacts occur. Climate readiness requires upfront spending on solar power, water storage, home reinforcement, and higher insurance deductibles, costs that are often financed rather than paid in cash. A strong credit report lowers borrowing costs, increases access to green financing and utility programs, and allows timely action instead of delayed vulnerability. In this way, managing and improving your credit is not just financial housekeeping. It is a climate adaptation tool that enables preparedness, reduces long-term damage, and supports faster recovery in a climate-stressed economy. For our funded and focused feature, cash flow to your business from government contracts can be a strong source of revenue. One of the key gateways to this is accurate financial records that demonstrate control and reliability. Whether audited or internally prepared, statements must reflect actual operations. For businesses, it is important to focus on organizing financial documentation, maintaining consistency, and preparing records that can support contract bid, evaluation, and post-award audits. As an example, our client, Trevon, had do-it-yourself bookkeeping, which was inconsistent. With professional systems, Trevon's records became clean, defensible, and procurement ready. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital markets and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.